New Jersey rental laws outline the rules in the state regarding lease agreements and evictions. We'll examine relevant laws for standard lease agreements, month-to-month lease agreements, and evictions. Standard lease agreement. A standard lease gives an overview of the terms between a landlord and tenant for the renting of property. A standard lease is commonly a one-year fixed period and is the most widely used rental contract. Month-to-month lease. A month-to-month lease is an agreement between a landlord and tenant that renews automatically every month and terminates upon notice by either party. In New Jersey, the notice must be provided a minimum of 1 month prior to termination as required by law. Required disclosures. In New Jersey, the following disclosures are required to be included as part of the lease. Flood zone. If the landlord's property is located in a flood zone, it must be stated to the tenant. This applies to landlords managing residences with more than 2 units or owner-occupied properties with more than 3 units. Truth in Renting Act. The landlord must provide this statement to all tenants except for those in residential dwellings of 2 or less units and 3 or less units if the landlord occupies a unit within 30 days of the lease signing. Window guards. If a child or children 10 years and younger will occupy the premises, and if the tenant delivers a written request, landlords are required to install window guards. A specific paragraph concerning the tenant's right to window guards must be in every New Jersey residential contract in bold font. Landlord Access. In New Jersey, the landlord is required to provide 1 day's notice before entering the property for repairs or any non-emergency reasons. Security deposit laws. In New Jersey, the maximum amount a landlord can charge for security is 1.5 months' rent. If the tenant occupies the property for more than a year, an additional 10% may be requested. The money must be returned to the tenant within 30 days of vacating. Eviction laws. There is 1 notice to quit for each eviction type in New Jersey. Appropriate boxes can be checked on the standard notice to quit for the following circumstance. Non-payment of rent. If the tenant fails to pay rent on time, the lease can be terminated immediately unless the landlord has accepted late rent from the last tenant during their occupancy. If so, the notice is for 30 days. If the tenant refuses to leave, the landlord may have to seek an eviction from the court. Lease violation. If the tenant violates a term in the rental contract other than late rent, they have 30 days to either comply with the lease or vacate the property. Disorderly conduct. If the tenant is considered a nuisance or is disruptive to others on or around the property, they shall have to vacate within 3 days.